the whole of the working class, but women in particular.
We're concerned that women are going to face the cuts from three angles. So we're concerned that women are going to lose their jobs at a disproportionate rate. This is because a higher proportion of public sector workers are women, and in some sectors of the public sector, for example local government, the NHS, women make up to 3/4 of the number of public sector workers. We also know that women tend to work in low-grade, low-paid jobs, those jobs that we've been hearing about, the backroom jobs that are first set to go first. So we're concerned that up to 80% of those job losses could be women's jobs.
I worked in primary school for 10 years. Now I'm not working. 2010, in February, they said lots of teaching assistants have to go. It was 14 teaching assistants, and they done redundancy. First they said you can choose voluntary redundancy, otherwise you go. Title is voluntary, but they push us, and many, not just me, other teaching assistants as well.
I was recently made redundant last September. I was working for a company called AXA. I was there for 3 years. I didn't think it would impact on my side of the business. I was in the marketing area, working as a senior PA.
We wanted to organise from a feminist perspective, so thinking about how the cuts particularly affected women, what the issues were for women.
500,000 public sector jobs are expected to be hit. They're expecting 325,000 of those will be women's jobs.
Teaching assistant, maybe 90% is women. For example, in my school, there is no male teaching assistant. Everyone is female.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want now? Secondly, we're concerned that public services that women rely more on, because they become pregnant, because they have children and have caring responsibilities, because they live longer and spend the final years of their life often alone, because they have various needs, because they live in poverty at greater levels than men. For all those reasons, we're concerned that as women rely more on state services and state benefits, cuts to those services and benefits will hit women harder.
I'm quite skilled and I've a number of years of experience, so I thought it would be quite easy to sort of just pick up another job, but it hasn't been that easy. So I've been temping since December, for the last couple of months, just in temping roles in a similar field of what I was doing at AXA, but in a temporary role. It hasn't been a permanent role. So
2 weeks ago, I wrote 14 letters, put my CVs and sent all schools. But I received just 4 letters and said, sorry, we haven't got.
Thirdly, we're also concerned that where services are withdrawn, where that state support to enable women to, for example, combine childcare and work, where those services are being withdrawn, we feel that there's a regressive ideology that assumes women will pick up those gaps, will fill those roles. We already know that women do the vast majority of childcare at home, the vast majority of elder care, and we feel that there's an assumption by the state that because caring is women's work, women will automatically step in and fill those gaps, and we find that extremely worrying.
I've really had to sort of cut back on, I think, and I don't think I have luxuries, but niceties. So buying lunch every single day at work, I don't do that anymore because I can't. So I make provision by making my packed lunch, or just, I'll make extra dinner, and then whatever's left over from the night before I bring into work. My older daughter has now left home, so that has helped me to a certain degree because obviously it's one less mouth to feed.
I'm paying mortgage with my husband, and my husband not earning either a lot of money because he's working freelance. And we both, of course, now very tight.
I walk partly to the station and then I get on the train, but I can't afford to walk all the way to work, so I have to make sure that I've got sufficient enough money for my travel. I like to treat myself every month. Well, I used to like to treat myself once a month. I'd say, okay, I'm going to just treat myself to something, but I haven't done that in months. I'd say about 6 months.
When we shopping, we are tight. When we go out, we are not really going out. Last 6 months, I haven't been cinemas, for example.
I've had to really cut back. Things like I'm looking at my utilities. You know, I've currently got Sky, but I'm looking to sort of, you know, change the package or just get rid of it. When I go shopping, I'm more specific in what I'm buying, because sometimes if my daughter's not around, I might go out and buy a weekly shop. She might ring me up at the last minute and say, "Oh, Mum, I'm going out with my friends," and so that weekly shop, either it might go to waste, or I could put it in the fridge. But if she's telling me at the last minute, so if I've spent £60 or £70 for the week, that potentially could be, 60 or 70, or some of that 60 or 70 could be going for something else. So I've just had to sort of readjust really some of the things that I used to do.
Daily life as well changed. For example, I found more hours sleeping, and in the night especially I feel there's no any oops, sorry. I think it's partly depression. Sorry, can we back?
Women rise up, protest the cuts. Women rise up, protest the cuts. In every town, in every nation, women rise up, protest the cuts.
We're actually looking at a situation where women's equality is regressing, where things are actually going to get worse, not better.
I don't think that they're cutting in the right place.
The System 6 needs to change.
That we can resist these cuts. There's a massive demonstration happening today.
Just think about these cuts, think about how they're not necessary, they're certainly unfair.
Get involved in politics, now's the time.